It's Rockford's #1 hit music station, 97 ZLK. Sweet Lenny, some afternoon Sleaze, Midday Michelle. Yo!
Yo!
So Mike Johnson, who I never really heard of until The Bachelor.
Because he was just a dude.
So he was just a guy?
Like a guy living in his house.
Alright, so then Demi Lovato saw him on TV and she was hitting on him and they decided they were going to go on a date. And now apparently they're not dating any longer, right?
I guess. So she thought he was hot.
Mm-hmm.
Then the season ended. He didn't continue on with the show. They apparently met at least once because he told the world that she was a good kisser.
He said that?
He said that. And
okay.
I think that's when the trouble started.
So he was talking about a private matter publicly.
Yes. And I personally think that Demi Lovato was like, excuse me, I didn't give you permission to talk about that. See you later. And so then he was on the afternoon Good Morning America show, which is called Strahan, Sarah, and Keke.
Okay.
Yep.
I feel like they keep changing the name of
They
it.
sure do, but I still like the people who are on it, so I shall support it.
Okay.
And so he was on, and what happened was that he was asked about dating Demi Lovato, and his response was...
You want to hear it?
Uh-huh. That was to Keke Palmer. Sarah Haynes is married with 3 children.
I don't think he cares. I'm just saying.
Well, it was so awkward. And let me tell you, from someone who's awkward a lot, me, like, she did not know what to say.
No, she was like trying to cover her face with her cards.
Because no one wants to be asked that on live TV. Like,
and especially because does he know her situation? I don't. I mean,
I don't either.
Palmer like single.
I mean, I don't think
married?
she's married, but
I'm just saying, I feel like this dude doesn't care. He's got about 15 minutes of fame right now. He's going to cash in as often as possible.
Well, I think the moment he talked about making out with Demi Lovato, he lost about 12 of those minutes. So he's trying to gain that back, and I don't know that he did it the right way.
Probably not. We're going to go ahead and say he probably shouldn't have asked Keke Palmer on television.
No, and so, like, maybe he's still seeing Demi. I don't think he's seeing Keke Palmer outside of the show.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he didn't get any digits. Just
no.
guessing.
Maybe some ladies tweeted him, though, after they saw him on that.
I'm sure they did. But they're not famous.
No, he probably wants to date, like, I don't know, like Oprah or something.
And if she was going to call him, he'd be like, let's go.
Sorry, Stedman. You can watch the awkwardness, because it really is awkward. And it's it's 1 minute and 2 seconds of awkward, just to let you know you definitely have time to check it out. And it's on the 97 ZOK app. That's like a perfect amount of awkward. I really couldn't watch anymore, and then I saw that there were 3 seconds left, and I was like, I can do it. I can make it through. 1 minute and 2 seconds is the perfect amount of awkward.
Oh, yeah, I don't know why he asked her on TV, but it's not a good look.
No, that's weird. You shouldn't do those things to people when they are surrounded by people looking at them.
Yeah, he probably can't handle somebody like Demi Lovato. Like, Demi Lovato is a public figure, and she probably has some real strict rules, especially, like, from rehabbing and all of that other stuff about, like, what you say, what you meant, you know, and I'm sure they probably never went over anything. She probably just expected he'd be, like, a normal
What do you
human
think
about
happens with, like, famous people? Like, do you have to sign, like, an NDA after the first date?
You probably should, with some of them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But... speaking of Oprah, Dave Chappelle did a bit about her on the Chappelle Show years ago, and it was about sleeping with her, and he had to, like, sign a contract.
Some famous dude used to make people sign contracts.
Oh, Derek Jeter used to.
He used to give gift baskets.
He used to have gift baskets. Oh, I thought he had something too.
Maybe. There was someone I know had contracts.
Certainly wasn't Tiger Woods. That story's like over a decade old at this point. It's still...
So we still don't forget it.
Well.
Leo, I bet he has not NDAs.
Leonardo DiCaprio?
Have you ever, like, heard anything about... Like, you know, like, he's, like...
Yeah, but he's, like, primarily, like, supermodels, isn't he?
I guess. So what? They don't want to talk about anything?
Well, I'm just saying they're just as famous as he is. Like, Mike Johnson's nobody.
Right. He's literally, that's...
Fine, they're famous. They're public. They're people in the public eye, too. More so than a dude who was a contestant on The Bachelor.
Yeah, who just previously was just a man.
So, like, it's, like I said, 50 minutes of fame. He's like, we talked about making out and everything. I mean, I feel like, if anything, he's just propelling himself into more of the spotlight. So...
For 3 more minutes.
Can he end up being The Bachelor?
They didn't pick him.